Level 1, Project 3 from the Presentation Mastery Pathway titled What You Hear Isn't Always True. What You See Isn't Always Real. What you hear isn't always true. What you see isn't always real. DTM Nataraj.Intro.
Few years ago, I was heading a company and I had a long working hours, and every day I reached home late. And every night the scene was almost same. My son would be sitting in front of computer and playing games, and I shouted at him, "Are you still playing?" And his response was also almost same. "Dad, I just sat now." Once I had a terrible day at office and I reached home late exhausted, and there he was playing games. I exhausted. "Don't you have anything else to do? I'll break your leg. Go study." On that night, he didn't respond. He stood up and walked away, dragging his feet. Have you ever had a moment like this? Reacted in anger without thinking? Did it make you happy? Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, guests, let me take you all far away to a rich forest. Lush green trees, flowing rivers, birds singing. In that forest stood a small house, and there lived a young mother named Grace, along with her 9-month-old daughter, Jewel, on the cradle. Guarding the house was a brownish, dark mongoose, white mongoose named Rex. And Rex was in that quiet house. Rex was the only companion to Grace and Jewel. And Rex would love to play with the bangles of Grace's hand. He would love the way the bangles jingled. They loved him, he loved them. Life was peaceful. Until one day. There was no water at home, so Grace picked up a noisy vessel to fetch the water from forest. And before that, she called Rex and said, "Rex, Jewel is sleeping. Don't go anywhere. Please guard her until I'm back, okay?" And then she left. A moment later, from behind the dark bush, a long, poisonous, deadly snake cobra emerged. Cobra slowly, silently slithered towards the house. Tin tin tin, tin tin tin, tin 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 tin. Rex saw Cobra moving towards the baby. He got annoyed, his body shaken, and he leaped ferociously. A fierce battle began between Cobra and Rex. Tin tin tin, tin tin tin, tin 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 tin. Tin tin tin, tin tin tin, tin 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 tin. At last, Rex ripped Cobra apart, celebrated the victory by spewing the blood all over the house. Just then, he heard that familiar sound. Grace was coming back home. Rex rushed outside to celebrate the victory for saving the baby. Grace was also happy. La 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 la. But then she stopped. "Rex, why there is blood in your mouth? Rex, why there is blood all around? What did you do to Jewel? Did you kill her? Rex, you cheat." Blind anger, she struck. Rex fell dead. So they rushed inside. Jewel? That night, Grace lost her grace. It's true. What you hear is not always right. What you see is not always fact. Ladies and gentlemen, on that night, my wife intervened. She said, he broke his leg while playing in the school. He just went to doctor and came back now, and then you hurt him again. I went to my son, I hugged him and I said, son, I'm very sorry. And he smiled back. And his smile forgave me. Ladies and gentlemen, a moment of patience in a moment of anger can save many moments of regrets. So pause before reacting. Because what you hear is not always true, and what you see is not always fact. Jewel, Rex,